power that you all have this room. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to demonstrate it first on Kumar, and then she's going to demonstrate it on me to show you how easy it is. Now, with grappling, a lot of the techniques, the one thing that defines grappling probably more so than most fighting styles is that it's based on the ground. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu really took the idea of fighting on the ground and expanded it from classic Jiu-Jitsu, which starts standing and has throws and kicks and punches. But inevitably, the idea is if you ever get into a fight, probably 90% of the time, the fight's going to go to the ground because people are wrestling and they fall and they trip and all of a sudden they're on the ground, and it becomes an issue of can you take advantage of being in that position. Now, if Mara is a karate person who's like Bruce Lee, and I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu person, I don't want to fight right here with her because she can kick me and punch me and knock me into next week. But if I put her on the ground, she can't kick as effectively, and she can't punch as effectively. And if I know what I'm doing on the ground, then I can probably break all of her limbs and then choke her unconscious and then go home. Okay? Or vice versa. Or vice versa. So we're going to start. These are the two techniques I'm going to show you are ground techniques. Okay? One of the more, I won't say popular, but basic positions on the ground, because there are positions on the ground. Okay? The basic position that we have is what we call a guard. If you are on the ground and a person is over you, you want to put them in a position where you're safe as possible and are then able to, control them or apply certain techniques. That position that we call, from position of safety, is what we call the guard. Okay? So I'm going to put Kimura in my guard, and from that I'm going to show you the Kimura arm lock. Now, this is an arm lock that can be done from all types of positions, but it's very deceptive to do it from the position I'm going to be in because I look like I'm in a weak position. Okay? So this is a basic position in Jiu-Jitsu. I have the bar in my guard. My guard are my legs. Okay? And there's two basic positions in the guard. What I'm in right now is what we call open guard, because my legs are open. Okay? The other position is the closed guard, which I bring her here and see how my legs are closed. This is a closed guard. Now it's deceptive because she's on top of me in the top position, and she could probably punch me and throw her elbows in my forehead. But this is the safest position I'm going to be in with her on top of me, because I can control her hips, throw her on balance, right? I can reach up and control her. From here, she's going to have a hard time punching me, okay? And getting away from her, okay? Now, notice where her, all right, so the Kimura position, I said, is an arm lock. It's an arm and shoulder lock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick which shoulder I'm going to attack. And another foundation in Jiu-Jitsu is what we call a 2-on-1. Like you guys know in volleyball, the best way to bump and serve is with both hands, right? I mean, there's very little you can do with one except if you did. That's about it. But your best serving, and I'm not playing volleyball. Okay? But your best, the way that you're going to handle the ball the best, and the best technique is going to be with two hands. In Jiu-Jitsu, we have a principle that the way that you're going to control a limb is using two hands on one. So most of the things that we're going to do in terms of manipulation, in order for them to be effective, is going to be 2-on-1. Okay? So I'm going to attack Umar's right hand. Okay? Now, the one thing I want her to do is exactly what she's doing, is I want her to put her hands on the mat, which is a no-no if you're in that position. But if I'm throwing her off balance, she's going to put her hands on the mat to keep balance. Once she does that, and I would do this on purpose, just to make her do what she's doing. Okay? Once I see a hand go on the mat, I'm going to attack it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hand, the same side as her hand, I'm going to put it on her wrist. Okay? All right? You guys on this side want to get up and come around and look. So I'm going to put my hand on her wrist. Okay? I want you to look and see how I have my hand. I don't have it like this. Okay? I don't have it like a baseball bat or a tennis Okay? Now, once I have it like this, I'm going to come up on this side. I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to reach under. Okay? This is nothing. I'm going to reach under. What I'm going to do with this hand is grab my own wrist. Okay? So I'm reaching under and I'm going to grab my wrist. Okay? Once I have my wrist, everybody see that? Once I have my wrist, now this is the 2-on-1 because I can manipulate her arm here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this hand as strength. I'm just going to push her shoulder, her hand away. Okay? I'm just going to push it away. And notice where I reach is right here on the elbow, right? And I also have my triceps on her shoulder right here. Okay? So that gives me leverage. This is also strength right here. She can't take her arm away. She can't take her arm away. It's not going anywhere. Okay? All right. So once I do this, then I'm just going to sit down and I'm just going to crank it.
So we're going to do this on our non-hitting arm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Use your non-hitting arm.
I'm just going to crank it. And what I want to feel this contact right here. Okay? If I put maybe about 5 pounds of pressure, her shoulder's going to dislocate. And you'll hear it. It'll go, okay? No. This is my daughter side. I mean, she does deserve it sometimes.
Yeah, no.
Okay? So again, the real strength of this is my 2-on-1. This right here. Because I can control this. I want to get this off the mat. Just like that. Okay? Once I'm sitting, I'm on my back or on my shoulder, then I can just crank it. And she'll tap out. And then I won't break it. Or if she doesn't tap out, I'll break it. Okay? But this is what we call the Kimura shoulder lock.